How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be jumping into the Super Impact for my boy Juubito over here on Global. I already did this on the JP side of things when it came to the Blazing Fest Sakura, and it was a lot of fun. Obviously with her as an extra effect unit though, getting under 50 turns wasn't rocket science, and this raid actually isn't too hard, honestly. It does have its moments, but it's pretty straightforward. So today I'm going to be helping you with getting it under 50 turns over on the Global side of things without Blazing Festival Sakura. I have the art there, but we are not taking Blazing Festival Sakura, mostly because I don't have her on this account, and also because there's no need. It's really not that necessary after all. So let's go ahead and jump into the Super Impact, and I'll show you guys what my team is going to be. So the Super Impact is going to be, of course, for Juubito, so he's going to be the boss, and he is a skill type, which is pretty interesting because we haven't had a skill type Juubito in the game for quite a while, and the best one in the game still to this day is the skill type one. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see a free-to-play one, which is nice. So like I said, element typing, skill, of course, so taking them hard units is going to be very important. And although on the second map there is the Jubi boss with different elements for all of the different body parts that it has, those aren't really worth taking into consideration. They don't do much damage on their own, so bringing units specific to that is really just not relevant or pointless, so you don't need to worry about that. Just bring your hard type units and you'll be fine. Now the status elements are pretty prevalent on this map, but when it comes to the last map, you only have to worry about really one that's really bad. So there are jutsu ceiling, immobilization, switch ceiling, attack reduction, which can be quite annoying as well, slip damage, and health recovery. Health recovery is the biggest one on the last map because this Juubito, I believe, ignores type advantage, and on top of that he also, well, type disadvantage I should say, and also he does boost his attack over time, which makes him do more and more damage, which can be very bad. So making sure that you have health recovery is the most important thing, and you're going to see based on the team that I take why this makes sense. And it also makes sense why our Blazing Festival Sakura unit does have health recovery resistance with her sync skill if you sync with Shinobi Alliance like Blazing Festival Minato and Susanoo Kakashi and other units, etc. So speaking of Blazing Festival Sakura, she does get a couple effects, but they're not as necessary, which is why it makes sense that you don't need to take her for the Super Impact. She's not necessary. She does get 3 times health and even a 3 times strength boost, but, well, 2 times strength boost, but you don't really need to worry about it because her ninjutsu itself, it gives you 3 times damage, and yes, that is a lot, but most importantly, the only other thing it really does is 40% damage reduction, which you really don't need if you're going to be having the type advantage. So although that is really important, she does get the 40% damage reduction on this Super Impact plus the 3k damage. Yeah, you don't really need to worry about it too much. When it comes to secret technique, again, she gets 3 times damage boost, and she restores 4,000 health on this Super Impact, which is pretty important. I see why they gave that to her, but again, if you're gonna have the type advantage, you really don't need it, and as long as you don't worry about the health recovery ceiling, you'll be okay when it comes to getting your health back just fine. In fact, we actually have a unit that'll be giving you almost just as much heals as Sakura on the team, so yeah, we can look at that. But yeah, that's going to take a look at the Super Impact pretty much. I'm going to be trying to get it within 50 turns, but shouldn't be too bad without the Sakura-chan. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into my team setup. So this is pretty much the team I'm going to be taking. It is a standard heart team in my opinion, and it's my heart team that I'm going to be taking. I have Pain there, which is a really good heart unit, especially for the Super Impact because he has that AoE damage, so you can go ahead and cut off the rest of the Jubi's body parts if you want to with this attack, although it's not going to be doing as much. And also it gives you a barrier and also nullifies any ninjutsu, so that's very helpful. Then I have, of course, Final Valley Naruto. Now that Final Valley Naruto is my max duped one, the one with the heals, which is very important for this Super Impact, although it can be kind of an issue when it takes into consideration the last map, because you'll see why. Then I have another Final Valley Naruto, which is literally like not duped at all. He's right there. You can literally switch it with any other heart type. I just decided to bring him because why not? And then I have my Joebito, which is very helpful. Kaguya, which is probably the most important just because she's a nuker, and that's very important, honestly. It's just nuking with the hard damage. I have her there. And then taking advantage of the 2 750s with the Narutos is going to be very important. That's why I have her in that last row. Now, I decided to take a friend Joebito because at the time of recording this, I think I already used up all the Final Valley Narutos just playing the raid, having fun and stuff. So I used a Final Valley Naruto when I actually did get it under 50 turns before, but I'm gonna go ahead and take Obito, and I feel like I'm gonna have an easier time because, like I said, on that third map, the health recovery ceiling is really annoying. So my Obito has health recovery ceiling resistance, and so does the friend Obito. Now with that said, he does switch seal you on the other map, but as long as I stay at a distance, I should have at least one Obito on the field at all times. So if my health starts to dwindle, I can go ahead and use that, and he cannot get health recovery sealed. So Obito is really like the biggest player for this. That's why I struggled a little bit on JP, because even with Sakura, if you take advantage of her sync skills, yes, you won't get health recovery sealed, but I didn't have any healing as it was with her, so it was somewhat of an issue. So with this team, let's go ahead and jump into the Super Impact. All right, we are over here on the Super Impact. So the first map is pretty simple. I'm actually going to go ahead and stall up Chakra as well. Like, getting this under 50 turns is really easy, and since I've already completed the objective off screen before, I'm just going to go based on the turns up there at the top. So we'll check the turns before we end it, but it's going to be under 50 turns, even if you want to count my turns as we go along. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just stall up Chakra first. But yeah, this Super Impact can actually be pretty difficult even with heart only units, just because healing is very important, and he does a lot of damage. He does a lot of damage even against someone with a heart team. I think actually he might nullify type disadvantage, because I swear when I'm on the last map, he does a lot more than you would expect him to do to a heart only team. And this Super Impact is actually pretty easy, because unlike a lot of them where you have to usually bring another unit or they have a mixture of different element typings, this one's straightforward. Juubito is a Super Impact unit, and he's skill type. Everything on the raid is a skill type, from the boss to this, except for the body parts, but those don't do nearly as much damage as the main hitters do. So that's why that's not really worth worrying about. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use my boy Obito's Jutsu, because you get 3 chakra back. Might as well. Naruto's getting attack weakened as well, which you do got to watch out for. But there we go, 103k, not too bad. I guess what I'll do is I'll go ahead and use my boy Obito. Chakra reset, let's go. Alright, build up some healing as well. You do want to have a little bit of healing going into the final map, just so you'll be straight. That way, if I do get switched out to the other side, I will still have heals from my boy Obito. Alright, so what I think I'm going to just go ahead and do is use Final Valley Naruto. Should I use Final Valley Naruto, or should I use Pain? Because I can... let's use Pain. Yeah, let's use Pain, because Naruto is going to do more damage to the actual Juubito. So let's go ahead and do that. Doesn't do too much, but that's also why we have Obito. Now, my Obito does have that extra skill damage that the other one does not, but that's completely fine. We're going to leave all the nukers in the back row. So yeah, there we go. We're going to go ahead and do it like this. I could be safe and heal up, but we don't need to. As you can see, super simple. You can do this a lot of different ways, honestly. Like, I could have stayed there, but I don't want to get hit by those type element switching, or not really element switching, what am I saying, jutsu sealing, I believe, and stuff like that. The status elements is what I meant to say. I don't like those at all. So here we go. We're already at the boy Obito, and we're only within like 13 turns. So pretty simple. Now you gotta watch out for this, man. I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of the 750, but that is a bad idea, because he does have the status elements just by touching you, which I don't like, and he's extremely tanky, so even Naruto touching him like that isn't good. Now, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'm just gonna keep nuking him. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch out to Kaguya, move up into the corner, and this way also I'm using the nuker, so if I do get switch sealed, I'll be able to bring my Obitos out onto the field. So Obito is literally going to be able to heal as soon as that happens. So go ahead and do this. I think we still actually have some heals, and some of you guys were telling me that Obito actually got a buff on Twitter, which is crazy. So this man used to heal for insane amounts. Now he heals for even more, which is just like kind of redundant but insane at the same time. So there is that. Alright, so now we just play the game of also getting chakra. Now what's really annoying is the Obito can heal as well, so that's also why using the first jutsu is important, because you have a 100% chance of health recovery ceiling. Can I hit him? Okay, yeah, that hitbox can be weird, but this will help recovery ceiling, so he'll stop healing, so it's really not that big of a deal, which is good. So go ahead and use both of the Obitos. But yeah, restoring 2,500. Someone told me that you do get an extra bit though. I think they might have just made the duration a little bit longer, but I'm not sure about that. So alright, let's go ahead and use just use Obito right here. And yeah, there's that. Okay, so but because of this Obito, this Juubito, I think he does have health recovery resistance, so that's kind of annoying. Still, usually with units like this though, I don't know, it depends honestly, but even if that is the case, I could just keep doing this. As long as we don't get health recovery still, that's the biggest thing. When I played this on JP, I took Blazing Festival Minato, and he does do a lot of damage, but even more than Final Valley Naruto. But the reason I decided not to bring him here is because I already took him over there. Might as well not. We did get immobilized though, so that is another thing that sucks. If I would have gone ahead and synced with all except for hard, but that's not really an option here. Alright, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave Pain out, and that way Naruto doesn't get health recovery sealed if we have to, and then at the same time I can get his ult, come on in and just smack. But these Obitos, man, he's really just the biggest player. It's funny that Obito, of all things, is the best thing to take out against Obito. So yeah, there is that. Final Valley Naruto is really not even needed. He's just really good to have for those earlier maps, but you don't need him whatsoever. You can literally just bring Obito, and I know a lot of people have Obito, man. A lot of people have Obito. All right, let's go ahead and just throw down some more heals as well. He does get attack boost over time as well, which is why it can be really bad. So yeah, you just want to take this man out. But as you can see, I'm just breezing through it. It's literally not even a thing. Am I switch sealed though? I am switch sealed. That's fine. We'll go ahead and do this. Use Final Valley Naruto. You can use Obito again if I want. And then yeah, it's just too easy. But I'm glad that we had a super impact like this, honestly, because Sakura is not really needed. They could have went and made it even worse, because Sakura's healing is amazing, but they could have made it where you absolutely needed her for the raid, and that would have sucked because we're so close to Golden Week. So I'm glad that they didn't do that. So there we go. I did complete it. Oh, I didn't check how many turns that I said I was gonna do that. I didn't check. It should tell me at the end though, I would imagine, but I know that was for sure under 50 turns. So there we go. Pretty simple. Super impact. I had a lot of fun, and there we go. We even got the limit break crystal. I am gonna be grinding this Juubito just because it is Juubito. I feel like I kind of have to, honestly, but yeah, that really just takes care of it. And of course the extra effect for Sakura if you take her. So yeah, that's gonna take care of it. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Let me know what team you went ahead and used. That's just a standard heart team, honestly. You don't need to take 2 Final Valley Narutos. You could take any other heart unit that's just a heavy hitter, and really you don't even need to take any units that have heals except for Obito, because Obito is the only one that's probably not gonna get health recovery sealed unless you have Sakura. So yeah, that's gonna take care of it. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.